Half the money beliefs running your life were never yours. You caught them like an accent before you were old enough to choose. Right now, they influence what you earn, what you tolerate, and what you believe is possible. Watch the cost. 2 people, same desk, same pay. One asks for more. The other says nothing because a voice from 3 generations back whispers that people like them take what they are given. Same skills, 2 different lives. By the end, you will spot your own version of that voice and decide whether to keep it. Start with your floor. These beliefs quietly set the poorest conditions you will accept. The underpaying job you never leave. The overdraft fee you treat like weather. Catch one thing about money you have made peace with but would never choose. The instant you shrug and say, "That is just how it is," pause. That is the floor talking. Label it inherited, not chosen. A floor you can see is a floor you can raise. Now, the trap. You think the fix is willpower over every purchase, the battle over the coffee. It is worse than useless because the script loves that battle. You can bail an ocean with a teaspoon and call it discipline. Do the opposite. Stop arguing with the drops and name the water. Next time you agonize over a few dollars, ask the real question instead. What do I actually believe is possible for someone like me? Then the move that breaks the pattern, and it is smaller than you think. Write down 3 money beliefs. The real ones beneath the polite ones. You might think that is the exercise. It is not. Beside each, ask 2 questions. Where did I first hear this? And whose voice is it in? Sit with the second. Say you right? Spending on myself is irresponsible. You ask whose voice, and you are back at a kitchen table watching someone you love go without, wearing the same worn coat year after year. That is the voice, not yours, theirs. Someone who survived real scarcity and handed you the fear long after the danger was gone. The moment you see it, the belief loosens because it stops being a law and becomes one frightened person's rule. 3 moves. Catch the floor you never chose. Name the water instead of fighting the drops. Put your beliefs on trial by asking whose voice they carry. Your one move today, write a single belief and one name beside it. Whose is this? You have spent years auditing your character. The problem was never your character. It was a program you did not write. And a program can be edited. See the water and you become the first one in your family who ever Mike Tyson earned over $300 million in the ring and still ended up broke. Not from one disaster. A fortune ran into a pattern and the pattern won. Income never beats a pattern, and the same quiet thing drains you right now. You learn to see the water, the floor you agreed to accept. Here is what stings. That floor is not free. You have been paying rent on it every month, a bill that never shows up on a statement. By the end, you will find those charges and cancel the ones you never chose. Start with the leaks. The forgotten subscription, the fee you stopped noticing. 1 leak sinks nothing. A dozen every month for years drains you. Pull 1 month of your spending and read it line by line like a bill you suspect is wrong. It is the cheapest raise you will ever get because every charge you remove puts money back in your pocket every month. Now the biggest charge, debt. You buy a thing, the moment passes, and you keep paying long after the pleasure is gone. That is not buying. That is renting your own past. The minimum payment is built to be survivable, so the balance barely moves while you pay for years. Stop treating debt like furniture and treat it like a fire in the house. The thing you put out first. Name your highest interest balance and throw everything at it, because every dollar burned as interest is a dollar that can never grow. And it is worse than the receipt. That leaking money was not just this month's dollars. It was seeds, a few hundred a month, compounding across a working life, quietly becomes a down payment or a child's first foothold. You are not losing the payment. You are losing everything it would have become. Cancel a few subscriptions and you are free? Not yet. The real move is not wishing or complaining. Complaint releases just enough pressure to make a bad situation survivable. Refusal changes a life. Look at one line and say out loud, I am done paying for this. Every month you do not cancel the charge, you reauthorize it. Read 1 month line by line. Put your highest interest debt out like a fire. Refuse one charge you never agreed to. Your move today, find one recurring cost you pay from habit, not necessity, and cancel it. The rent compounds. So does everything you refuse to keep paying. A woman who called herself anxious, introverted, and neurotic signed up for an improv class on purpose. It was the last place a nervous person would choose. She did it to answer one question: can a person truly change who they are? She spent a year doing what scared her and measured the results with real personality tests. Her anxiety started near the 94th percentile. By the end, it had fallen below average to the 39th. The trait she believed was fixed moved. That means more about you is changeable than you may think. Most people wait to feel confident before acting confident, or to feel like a saver before they save. That day rarely comes because the feeling is the result, not the cause. She walked into the room feeling just as anxious as before and did the brave thing anyway. Choose the behavior of the person you want to become, then practice it before you feel ready. The feeling catches up later. It does not require dramatic heroics. People trying to change a trait practiced one small challenge every day. Introduce yourself to one stranger. Sit quietly for a few minutes. Repeat one small action aimed at the trait you want to strengthen. Over time, measurable change followed. Now read the hardest part differently. When the new behavior feels uncomfortable and every instinct says to quit, it is easy to believe you are failing. Reverse that interpretation. The discomfort is evidence that something new is happening. If it felt easy, you would only be repeating who you already are. One thing makes the change last. Do not chase a vague idea of becoming a better person. Tie the change to the life you truly want. You are not trying to out-earn a pattern. You are becoming the kind of person that pattern cannot survive inside. The cycle ends in the self. Act before you feel ready. Practice one small daily rep. Stay with the discomfort because it is part of the process. Your move today is simple. Do one thing that goes against your usual pattern and allow it to feel awkward. Your future self is not someone you wait to become. Your future self is someone you rehearse one uncomfortable rep at a time. You are trying to beat money with willpower, and that is why you keep losing. The people who are good with money are not more disciplined than you. They built a system so the good decisions happen without a decision at all. Willpower is a limited resource. Any plan that depends on perfect discipline every month and for decades is built on something guaranteed to run low. Instead, build a machine that saves and invests for you, whether you feel motivated or not. Start before the money arrives. Rather than reacting after payday, assign every dollar a job in advance. Divide your income into clear buckets. Roughly half to 60% for fixed costs, around 10% for investing, 5 to 10% for savings. The rest is yours to spend freely. The important decisions are made while you are thinking clearly, not when you are tired or tempted. Then automate the process. Your checking account is not where money belongs. It is an inbox that money passes through. The day after your paycheck arrives, automatic transfers move money into investing, savings, and bill payments before you have the chance to spend it. Set it up once, then let it run. This is not about deprivation. It creates freedom. When your future has already been funded, the money left for spending can be enjoyed without guilt. The guilt was never really about small purchases. It came from knowing your future had been ignored. Does automation solve everything? Not by itself. The deeper change is that your identity begins to follow the system. You watch your savings grow without relying on constant effort and slowly become someone who expects wealth to increase. Even if all you can automate is $10, start there. the amount matters less than proving to yourself that the system works. Assign every dollar a job before payday. Automate transfers for the day after your paycheck arrives. Protect a guilt-free spending bucket so the plan is sustainable. Your move today is simple. Set up one automatic transfer, no matter how small, for the day after your next paycheck. One afternoon of setup can quietly improve your finances for years. You do not need more willpower. You need a machine that works for you on your best days and your hardest days. What if the smartest thing you could do with your money is nothing? Not neglect, but a deliberate decision to leave a good system alone. Beyond the point where your money is invested, cleverness is often where people lose. The secret feels almost too simple. You do not beat the market, you own it. Even professional investors with enormous resources often struggle to outperform simply owning the entire market over the long run. One broad low-cost fund can hold a small piece of thousands of companies at once. Instead of searching for the winning stock, you buy the entire market. Point 1, automatic investment toward a broad low-cost fund, or an all-in-one fund that manages the mix for you. Keep the fees low and avoid chasing winners. The culture encourages constant activity. Imagine two beginners arguing about tennis racket string tension before either can consistently hit the ball. That is how much investing advice works. Complexity often benefits the people selling it, not the people buying it. The strategy depends on one belief. Over long periods, owning productive businesses has historically rewarded patient investors. Once your investment is in place, your job is to leave it alone. The greatest risk is often unnecessary tinkering when markets become exciting or frightening. Ask yourself, am I investing or am I interfering with something that simply needs time? The deeper reward is compounding. The same force that once worked against you through interest can now work for you. Growth creates more growth until the curve begins bending upward. Like planting a tree, the early years look quiet before the real transformation appears. Aim toward building investments worth roughly 25 times your annual spending so work becomes increasingly optional over time. Spending less lowers that target, and knowing what is enough is its own form of wealth. Own the whole market with one broad low-cost fund. Leave it alone. Start now so time can work for you. Your move today is to set one automatic investment into a broad low-cost fund and commit to not touching it. You do not beat the market. You own it, then allow time to do the rest. Every plan you start seems to die in week 3, and it is not because you lack discipline. It is because you rely on the one thing guaranteed to change: motivation. The first week feels easy. Then a hard day arrives. You miss once and the story usually ends there. You automated your money so it can work without constant effort. But there is one thing no system can automate: you. One emotional decision can undo years of progress. Stop believing you need motivation. Motivation is like the weather. Some days it is there, and some days it is not. If your progress depends on feeling inspired, it'll disappear the first time life is difficult. People who keep going separate action from emotion. They act because it is part of who they are becoming, not because they feel like it. Your money system already handles saving. Your discipline is needed for restraint. No automatic transfer can stop you from panic selling during a market decline or spending every raise the moment it arrives. Think of yourself as the pilot and your financial system as the autopilot. Stay ready for the moments that matter most. Decide your response before the pressure arrives. Write one simple rule while you are calm, such as, when the market falls, I do nothing. Another mistake is believing change is permanent once you reach a goal. It is not. Traits fade when they are no longer practiced. The person you are becoming is like a garden. Ignore it long enough and old habits quietly return. Keeping the progress is the real work. You might think success means never slipping again. It does not. Success means returning quickly after you do. Everyone stumbles. The difference is that one person quits while another gets back on track the same day. Plan your return before you need it. Act on ordinary days, not just exciting ones. Write your restraint rule while you are calm. Expect setbacks and prepare your comeback. Your move today is simple. Identify your most dangerous money habit and write down exactly how you will respond the next time it appears. You do not defeat a bad pattern with short bursts of intensity. You outlast it through steady endurance. A company began as an online game. It failed. Hidden inside it, though, was a photo sharing feature people loved. The founders followed what worked instead of what they first imagined. That idea became Flickr. You have spent time optimizing the money you already have. Cutting expenses has limits. Increasing your ability to earn does not. The income you treat as fixed is often more flexible than you think. Think of yourself as the chief executive of your own value. You build that value inside of the job you already have. You own two kinds of assets. Hard assets are the money you already have. Soft assets are your skills and relationships. Early in life, soft assets matter most because they influence every future paycheck. Choose one skill or relationship to improve this quarter and invest real effort into it. Many people spend years cutting small expenses, but never have the one conversation that could make the biggest difference. That conversation is asking to be paid what you are worth. Prepare your evidence. Document the problems you solved, the results you created, and the value you bring. Walk into the conversation with a case, not just a feeling. Ask directly, then give the other person time to respond. You are not asking for a favor. You are correcting a mispricing. If a voice tells you that asking is greedy, question it. Raising your value is not greed. It is refusing to accept a number that never reflected your true contribution. You might think getting a raise is the finish line. It is not. The deeper habit is staying willing to be a beginner. The people who keep growing never stop learning. Find one place where you are the least experienced person in the room and stay long enough to improve. At the same time, keep more than one path available. Commit to your main plan, prepare an alternative if needed, and always have a reliable fallback. Knowing you have a safe landing makes bold decisions easier. Invest in one valuable skill. Prepare your case and ask for what you are worth. Stay willing to be a beginner. Your move today is to choose one skill to grow this quarter or schedule the conversation you have been avoiding. Value is built, not waited for, and every increase you earn changes what the next generation believes is possible. Crash is coming, not maybe. It will happen. Markets rise and fall, and someday the headlines will be filled with fear again. The crash itself is not what ruins people. Panic is. Markets have recovered from many difficult periods because they represent thousands of businesses continuing to create value over time. The lasting damage usually happens when someone sells at the bottom and locks in losses instead of allowing time to work. When prices fall, remind yourself that you still own the same businesses you owned before, only at lower prices. Many experienced investors view market declines as opportunities rather than reasons to panic. The decision that matters most should already have been made while you were calm. That is why preparation matters. Build a cash cushion before the storm arrives. Accessible savings give you room to handle unexpected events without being forced to sell investments at the worst possible moment. A market decline combined with a job loss is far more difficult without a financial buffer. The same storm affects two people very differently depending on what they prepared in advance. This is also where old financial patterns often return. A family can spend years making progress. Then one emotional decision during a crisis can erase much of it. The cycle does not need daily mistakes. It only needs one moment of panic. Knowing what to do is not enough. In the middle of a crisis, emotions, headlines, and the actions of other people all create pressure. Decide your response before that day arrives. Write it down while you are calm. A simple rule such as, when markets fall, I hold my plan, can prevent fear from making expensive decisions later. Hold or buy according to your long-term plan. Build a cash cushion so you are never cornered. Write your storm rule today while your thinking is clear. Your move today is to estimate the size of your emergency savings and write the rule you will follow during the next market decline. The crash does not have to define your future. Your response will. Almost every good opportunity arrives through a person, not through working harder alone. Think about your best opportunities. Chances are someone knew your work, trusted you, and opened a door. Opportunity travels through people. For the first part of this journey, the focus has been on improving yourself. That matters. But it is only part of the picture. Your impact grows when your effort is multiplied through relationships built on trust. Forget the version of networking that feels fake. Collecting business cards or trying to impress everyone rarely creates meaningful connections. Instead, lead with generosity. Before asking what someone can do for you, ask how you can help them. Reach out to one person this week simply to offer support or learn from their experience without expecting anything in return. Genuine generosity builds stronger relationships than self-promotion ever will. Another shortcut is asking people who have already done what you hope to do. Instead of researching alone for weeks, invite someone with experience for a conversation. Ask what surprised them, what they wish they had known, and what mistakes to avoid. One honest discussion can save months of uncertainty. The most important relationship, though, may not be in your career at all. Many families grow up believing money should never be discussed openly. That silence quietly passes fear from one generation to the next. Break that pattern. Talk honestly with the people closest to you about what you earn, what you owe, what you hope for, and what worries you. Honest conversations create shared direction instead of hidden stress. You might think this is only about career success. It is also about changing what the next generation sees as normal. Children who watch healthy conversations about money grow up believing those conversations are ordinary instead of uncomfortable. Give first. Learn from people who have already walked the path. Break one money silence with someone you love. Your move today is simple. Message one person to help or learn from. Then begin the money conversation you have been putting off. No one changes a family's future completely alone. We move forward by being helped and by helping others in return. None of this was ever really about money. Picture someone you love years from now standing in a checkout line, buying something small without hesitation, no anxiety, no hidden calculations, no inherited fear. They may never know how hard it once was, and that is part of your legacy. Money was never meant to become the goal. It was meant to become shelter. Without financial stability, every setback feels larger than it should. With it, you create protection for yourself and the people you care about. In many families, money quietly became the master. Your goal is to make it the servant. It works in the background while you live your life. But there is another trap. You can spend years chasing a bigger number without ever deciding what is enough. A larger house or a larger account is not automatically freedom. Knowing you're enough is. The deepest inheritance is not found in an investment account. It is found in the example you set every day. Children notice whether money creates fear or calm secrecy or honest conversation. They absorb your habits long before they understand your advice. By changing your relationship with money, you change the pattern they grow up believing is normal. Many people never escape the cycle because they changed only one part of it. Lasting change happens when your habits, beliefs, relationships, and systems all move in the same direction. You do not need to remember every lesson forever. Carry one simple question instead. Does this feed the cycle or end it? Ask it before a purchase. Ask it before a difficult decision. Let it become a compass rather than another rule. When doubt appears, do the next small thing instead of waiting for perfect confidence. Progress compounds the same way investments do. Small actions repeated over time quietly transform a life. Define what enough means for you. Become the relationship with money you hope others will learn from. Run your decisions through one guiding question. Your move today is simple. Take the next small step, then ask whether it feeds the cycle or ends it. You are building more than wealth. You are building shelter, and someone you love may one day live safely inside it without ever knowing the storm that came before.